Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, we can chatter in the Discord Red Labs channel, requesting everyone to keep their mic off.
Maybe one short question before we start, please. Will be available recording from this webinar?
Yes, we have put all these FAQs in the Red Labs channel of our Discord server. And the recording will definitely be provided, so no worries for that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Like we can chat in the Discord channel because I'm going to monitor it during the session.
Hi Hitesh, hi everyone.
Hi, Nikhil.
So if you like to start off, Hitesh.
Yes, like let us, have an introduction chatter. So, hello everyone. Like you can in the Discord channel, like write about, where are you from and like what currently you are in. You can be a student or a profession. You can write about that.
So meanwhile, we wait for everyone to introduce themselves, Hitesh. So I understand that you have the slides, you have the lab. So let's discuss something that I believe is not on the slides, your approach to Azure security research. I believe that would be something very important and very interesting for everyone to know.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic. So, my approach towards security research of any kind, including Azure, is to first understand the technology. Like I have, observed that if we have you can say, foundational knowledge of the technology, and then if we try to drill down into it and understand the, small nuances of it, and then if we try to finally try to see if it can be abusable, then it's, in my opinion, a proper way to do a security research.
And I believe you have some unpublished research on Intune as well. So not, I mean, do not give away everything, but what is it about?
So, like Microsoft likes to patch things very fast. And basically, I had, found one of the ways using which we can abuse the Intune app. But to my dismay, in like November, as soon as I found out, they patched it in 10 days. It was kind of, disheartening. But as I always, believe in, we should always try to look where the developers don't. So I like changed my approach a little bit, and then I was able to make alive the same technique, using a different app ID, to say so. It's a very interesting research, and all of the people who have attended our recent CARTP sessions, they have even said that it's a very big part of the course, and it is well made. So when people give such feedback, I feel the purpose of my work at Altered Security is fruitful. Like at least I'm contributing to the overall securing of Azure, because ultimately we are ethical hackers. We don't have malicious intentions. We want only for Microsoft to give the best in their technologies.
Great. Great. I would like to remind everyone that please keep all the messages on the Discord server. We would not be able, Hitesh would not be able to monitor Zoom chat during the webinar. So in the same email where you got the link, you will find that there is an invite to a Discord server. That is our Discord server. Go to the Red Labs channel there. That is where we can pick introductions and questions and everything from. So we have someone from Canada who's an information security officer with the government there. Okay, fantastic. So please feel free to introduce yourself on Discord. We are not going to read out any confidential background. We'll try to avoid that. So we'll not try not to read out names or any confidential information if you write there. Okay, we have a Microsoft security consultant focused on offensive and defensive tactics, Czech Republic.
It's a pleasure to meet Lubomir. Sorry if I butchered your name. We have someone from Bangladesh. Oh, hi, neighbor.
We have someone from Romania. We have someone from Greece currently studying for the CARTP. We have someone from Italy. So now the webinar is picking up pace. I could see that there are a large number of participants as well. By the way, I mean it is always fantastic when we look at the numbers. We have more than 1,700 registrations for the webinar, and it starts in what, 6 minutes officially. And I could still see that the number of participants is right now, as of now, just 30. So yeah, I mean that's how stuff goes. It was very interesting, everyone, we've been running, those of you who have been following us for a while, we've been running the month of Azure Red Teaming in terms of discounts only for past couple of years. Uh, and if you've been following the journey of Red Labs, we've been trying to get more people informed about risks in Azure. We want people to know more about Azure Red Teaming. So whenever we teach our classes, that is one thing, one huge difference that I personally have always observed, Hitesh and other researchers from the team have always observed, that when it comes to the traditional red teaming, what we call on-prem red teaming. So the traditional red teaming, that is identity that is limited to the on-prem environment. The knowledge base of the infosec industry, that is way more higher if we compare it to something like, let's say, Azure. I mean, even in cloud providers, if you compare the overall knowledge that the industry has for AWS, it is not as good as for Azure. So what we've been trying through this month of Azure Red Teaming is to get people more interested in Azure Red Teaming. You get to know how to break Azure. Right? So that is the idea, and Hitesh came up with a fantastic lab. So that is something that we're going to discuss today, to a lab and topic to start webinars. There are going to be 4 webinars. That is at least what we are trying. So we're a small team, but we're pushing hard that we could actually get 4 webinars to you, almost done. Should be able to do that. Over to you, Hitesh. Now I'll just keep my mouth shut and enjoy your webinar.
Thank you, Nikhil. So I guess there is one message on the Zoom chat. I request the person to please put the message on the Discord channel instead of the Zoom chat. I will not be able to monitor it. It's a kind request. So we have like 3 more minutes. Whoever has just entered, if they wish to introduce themselves in the Discord channel, it would be really great to know today's audience. I'm just reiterating that this webinar will be recorded and will also be shared on our Discord channels. Welcome, Atlas. So meanwhile, like other participants join, I will also like share my screen. Like, please let me know in the Discord channel if my screen is visible. So let me start. Once again, a very warm welcome to everyone who is attending this webinar. Welcome to the first iteration of the Altered Security Month of Azure Red Teaming 2026 webinar. Our topic is abusing Azure VMs when BitLocker recovery turns into an attack vector. So let me introduce myself. My name is Hitesh Duseja. You can find me on Twitter or x.com as it's Yobroda. I have been a part of the Azure department in the Altered Security as a security researcher. About me, I would say that, I come from a consulting background. I have about, 7.5 to 8 years of experience. And in that, I have developed a very strong passion for red teaming and enterprise cloud security. Like that is what, I get excited for. About my research, I have done an original research in Intune, which is now part of our Azure courses. And there is also an unpublished research in the hybrid identity, which we will reveal in this calendar year. So, before I go further, I would like to tell you more about our company and also my experience in it. So, I have joined Altered last year, and from the time till today, it's been an extremely rewarding experience for me. Working on the latest tech, and it's a real cat and mouse game. Like I'm now in that thing, where I find something, Microsoft patches it, then I find a work around that, and it's a constant cat and mouse game. So in that manner, it's been rewarding because uh, as we are discussing about Azure and Microsoft Cloud ecosystem, the pace at which Microsoft patches things is commendable. Of course, not in terms of size comparison. We are a very small firm, and Microsoft is a $1 trillion company. But still, they are doing some extremely good patching work in their cloud ecosystem. Uh, I would also like to tell us some things which are not in the slides. Basically, we are an edtech firm, and we basically teach penetration testers on how they can become red teamers. And we also teach, with the help of detections that we include in our courses, we also try to teach blue teamers on how they can catch these red teamers and also the bad actors. We have always, since the inception of this company, we have always believed in delivering high quality content at the most affordable rate in the entire industry. Unlike our competitors, we provide lifetime access to our courses material. Now, what do I mean by that? Suppose you enroll into one of our certifications, you went through all the boot camps or the on-demand version, you completed it, and you gave the exam, and you finally got your certificate also. After 3 months, if you log in again, you will find updated research. If Microsoft patches something, we in our lab environment also patch it. And when we are, dealing with Azure, it is like dealing, I would say in comparison, like a heart surgeon, because Azure is continuously getting evolved by Microsoft in the backend. So in that manner, it's extremely challenging to work in Azure. As I just explained, like I find something and they patch it ASAP. We also have a laser sharp focus on Microsoft technology. And the way how it works is that whenever Microsoft releases a feature, we look at it from the angle, can any bad actor abuse it or not? If we find anything, we definitely include it as part of our labs so that people can learn and they can also try it into their own environments and consultations. So our labs, I will just use this laser pointer. Our labs are very easy to access. We have VPN-based access as well as browser-based access, and we actually, spend extra just to give all our users the best experience by, spending on bandwidth. And being a past student, I can vouch for it. It's not coming because I'm an employee, because I've experienced the lab myself. It is great and very fun to solve. And it is big enough to feel like an actual enterprise. So, what is the mission, vision, and core values of our organization? So, our mission is to enable skill development in the InfoSec space, particularly targeting about the red teaming and the cloud security. And with this mission, we have a vision also that we build a very diverse community of expert professionals who can take over the task of handling the latest challenges in the industry. I just wanted to emphasize on one thing. With this mission and vision that I told you, the output is such that whoever has learned from us, they have built highly exercisable skills into their careers. And that is what we strive for. Like, at the end, when people say that, whatever we learned, we, did it in real environments and they were able to give very good findings to their customers, we feel rejuvenated that, yes, at least we are making a meaningful contribution. And that is why, our core values are like we provide high quality content. We try to be as innovative as possible, and like even if suppose you have completed the certification with us or not, if you have any query and you reach out to us, we are empathetic enough to guide you in the best way possible. And like, because we like truly believe in giving back, that is why we are having today's session. So what is month of Azure Red Teaming? As Nikhil explained 15 minutes back, when like few people had joined. I will reiterate for all who have came now. We have observed that in the discussions around the forums, whenever red teaming is used, it is usually limited to on-prem environments. And but there's a serious lack of awareness that Azure and Entra ID are also the part of the threat landscape, because enterprises have started using them just like how they use their traditional environments. So with this month of Azure Red Teaming, it is our way to bring a change by having meaningful discussions around Azure. It is absolutely not necessary that you spend thousands and thousands of dollars to learn red teaming in Azure and Entra ID. We have a very fantastic platform with more than 130 plus labs. We call that platform as Red Labs. And this is the URL, as you can see, redlabs.enterprisesecurity.io. With this, we are trying to help the community out so that they can, increase the skill set required to deal with Azure and Entra ID. So before I go ahead, there are certain ground rules. You can ask questions on the Red Labs channel on our Discord server. And we won't be able to monitor the Zoom chat. It's a request that if you put the messages, I have to ignore it, because it's not humanly possible for me to look at the Zoom chat as well as the Discord server. The lab that we will showcase today will be made available to all users on our platform for practice tomorrow. So there is no follow along in today's session. We just want you to sit back, relax, take some popcorn, and enjoy what we will be showcasing. To ensure a smooth experience, we request everyone to keep their microphone off so that everyone can hear me and my team easily. And just like, if you have attended our session, we always emphasize that please maintain respectable and professional conduct around anything that we do. And so is with this webinar, so that there is no disruption and everyone can enjoy today's session. So this webinar session assumes that the participant knows about the basics of Entra ID and Azure, both part of Microsoft Cloud ecosystem. Just kidding. I will definitely explain some basics that are required to follow this session. So just to give a brief here, in the cloud world, the entire access to resources works using tokens. So if suppose, and as an adversary, if I get an access token, then I can impersonate you. Uh, so Microsoft, they have divided this, access management via two control planes. One is the IAM service called as Entra ID. Previously, it is used to known as Azure AD. In our opinion, I feel that was a better name, but I do understand why the name change has happened. Basically, Microsoft has tried to sell Entra ID as a separate service. So even if you don't want to use Azure, you can still use Entra ID. So that is why they have had a name change. But coming back to what I was saying, so they have two control planes for access control. One is in the Entra ID, and one is at the RBAC level on the Azure resources. Uh, don't worry if you do not get this completely. We have some beautiful illustrations in the further slides where I go in much more depth. So uh, before, as the prerequisites for this webinar, I would like to explain about the storage. So basically, Azure storage account is Microsoft's answer to you can say AWS S3, if I may say so. It's not one-to-one relatable, but just to give you the context. But where Microsoft shines in their Azure storage account is how they have structured it. So there are various types of storage which you can store in the storage account. We have blob, where you can save or upload any sort of unstructured data. We have you can say a table, which is like kind of a NoSQL DB. We have Azure files, which are just like SMB shares in the on-prem environment. I will come to it after a second in much more depth. We also have a queue, which is uh, I would say RabbitMQ or Apache Kafka kind of publisher subscriber kind of thing. And we also have a disk. So for disk also, I will explain the further slide in much more depth. To explain what is Azure files, as I said previously, these are in a single sentence, if I have to say, these are SMB shares, but instead of your on-prem cloud server, it is in the cloud. And because of that, it has like Microsoft has evolved their own technology for Azure, their cloud service. You can access Azure file share on port 445 using SMB 3.0. SMB is server message block, the industry gold standard for file shares. And because it is accessible over SMB on port 445, it is also compatible with NFS clients, which using NFS 4.1, it means all your like Linux distros like Ubuntu, Fedora, and other supporting operating systems who uses NFS, they can also attach to Azure file share. So that is why I would say it's a very groundbreaking technology, because in case if you want to keep some of your important data on the cloud, then you can keep that portion in the Azure file share and access it via your explorers. Let it be the Windows File Explorer, or let it be the File Explorer of Linux ecosystems. But the cherry on the cake, or the best thing, because it is based in cloud, it is also accessible via the REST API on port 443. It means you have such a diverse way to access your files across different ecosystems. So let's just say you have like your mobile as well as your laptop. You have downloaded something in your mobile, and via the REST API calls or any other like service, you've uploaded it to the Azure file share. Now you go back to your laptop or any system, And then if you try to see your folder, your file will be available there. So that is how easy it is. Microsoft made it so like easier to access across devices. One of the key features of the storage account itself is that you can use something called a storage account keys, which gives you complete admin access. It means you can list, read, write, as well as delete files from that. There is no restriction. But suppose you have a friend and you want only that friend to access the file. So you cannot share your storage account access key. That would be a disaster. Please don't do that. Instead, what you can do, you can share the same file using SAS URIs. So what is the advantage of SAS URIs? It is time bound, and it is even if I have like account.file co.windows.net/share name slash file, the person won't be able to access it. They need the access signature with that complete URL to be able to access it. And that is where it shines. Uh, like, just wanted to check if there are any questions on Discord. Thank you. So, before discussing today's webinar topic, I would like to give some context. So, if I directly, explain the topic, it might go above everyone's head. So let me, give some foundational knowledge. In the traditional data centers, there were presence of virtual machines. Now, because world is moving towards a cloud-first world, so servers will always be required. So Microsoft introduced their native cloud offering called as Azure Virtual Machines. But companies, when they came now to Microsoft, they came with a question. And the question that Microsoft got was, okay, for the new servers, we will spin up on Azure. But what about our existing workloads? What should we do about that? So Microsoft, because there was an IT overhead for the enterprise IT teams to manage their on-premises servers as well as Azure VMs separately. It means more personnel would be required to handle that stuff. They created something called as Azure Arc, and they basically made an agent called as Connected Machine Agent, using which if you install it in your on-premises servers, then under the same unified management console where you manage your Azure virtual machines, you can also manage the Azure Arc enabled servers. Like when you onboard a machine to via this agent, that becomes an Azure Arc enabled server. So in the same console, I can manage that. And that is, I would say, a very revolutionary step by Microsoft, because it solves the problem, it reduces the IT overhead, and it makes the job of IT team easier. They can sleep better. So now this is what was about the Azure virtual machines and Azure Arc enabled servers. But from the start, like when there was no cloud, Microsoft has introduced a technology called as BitLocker. What is it? It is simply an encryption service, where Microsoft gives you symmetric encryption to encrypt your disk. The disk can be operating system, which is like the, as always, the C drive, or it can also be the data drives, the other fixed drives, if we say so. So you can encrypt both. Now, for critical workloads, usually to, you can say, for the policy of encryption of data at rest. BitLocker was used on servers also. So the entire disk, which contains critical data on the compute workload of, let it be an Azure VM or the Azure Arc enabled server, you can like basically encrypt it using the BitLocker. Now, in previously, like when there was no cloud, the usual method to like backup this recovery key, coming back on BitLocker. So BitLocker is usually the symmetric key encryption, but you cannot directly get the encryption key. It is usually safeguarded with a recovery key, and this recovery key used to get backed up in you can say Microsoft Active Directory, uh, so that in case if like the server gets crashed or there is any IT accident, or somebody has poured water as a on the server. Just kidding, never do that. It was just a joke. Like you can recover the contents of that compute workload, their hard disk, via this key which is backed up in AD. But now, because the world has moved to cloud, Microsoft is now giving the option to back up this recovery key to Entra ID. Just to reiterate, recovery key is the key which is used to get the encryption key. It is not the key using which the actual encryption happens. And with this, introduction of an feature, Microsoft supported the use case of recovery as well as migration for cloud as well as hybrid environments. Therefore, our attack path will involve, as I always say, at altered security, how we look at it. Microsoft, whenever they release a feature, we look if it can be abused or not. So our attack path would include, obtaining the BitLocker key of a device and, unlock the disk snapshot, read the contents of the disk, and, finally get access. Now, what will happen, that I will have kept it for the demo. In case if you are wondering what is a disk snapshot, as I said, that like concept of, disaster recovery usually starts with like having the same hard disk, but in different copies. So that, in case of a critical infrastructure where downtime cannot be afforded, then in such cases, you can simply unhook the backup and the disk snapshot and attach it to the VM or the compute workload which has crashed. I hope I am clear till here. If you have any queries, I can look at it now in the Discord channel. Yes, you will get the slides of the session. No worries about that. I'm seeing some questions. Okay, no queries till now. Okay, we have one question like, where is the snapshot actually stored? Okay, so, okay, I will explain the snapshot part. So, as I said, let it be a virtual machine which is native to Azure, which is an Azure VM, or let it be the Azure Arc enabled server, and which is an on-premises server, Windows server, and it must also have a virtual hard disk attached to it. In both the cases, usually the IT teams for critical workloads keep a backup of the snapshot of this hard disk in a secure place. Now, there are various ways to secure it. In our like example, the I'm just giving a spoiler for my own lab. Our lab scenario, we are storing it in SharePoint. Parvesh, I would request you to not take control of this. So sorry. Coming back to the topic. I was explaining the disk snapshot. So they can keep it anywhere. They can keep it. If you remember this slide, I told that I will come back. So you can keep it in the storage account, the Azure VM or the Arc enabled server disk snapshot, or you can also keep it in any place of your choice. Uh, I have seen people keeping it in Azure file storage. It is stored in blobs. So it's like open to interpretation. Usually, like Microsoft has provided this snapshot as a separate service within the Azure storage account. But it's just a file, so you can keep it in any place. So is the query clear? I'll chat. Check. Sorry. Uh, Mr. Mistry, is your query clear with my explanation? Is there any doubt till here? Because when I will go further, it would be best if you have understood the basic foundations that are required for the demo and the mitigation part. Okay, thank you. So what is our lab scenario that we are going to showcase? So our lab scenario is that we have to do a gray box security assessment, and we have been hired by Fortune 500 organization, and they have like hybrid infrastructure. They have the traditional on-prem environment, and they have also welcomed Azure into their enterprise environment. So they have, you can say, the best of both worlds. And as part of any consulting, uh, as I come from that background, our first question to the client is what may I get access? Because the assessment that we are talking about is a gray box one. It is not a complete black box. So we will always request reader access on the subscription level, just to give you an idea. Basically, like how it is structured, all Azure resources are part of resource groups. These resource groups are part of subscription, and they can be managed by the in different management groups. That is how it usually works. So, because our client, was thinking, why should I give the access to the entire subscription when the scope of the assessment is, only to test a limited infrastructure. So instead of giving access to the entire subscription, the reader access, they give they gave access to one of the resource group which was part of the assessment. And usually, in the consulting world, we ask, why don't you give us the access, the reader-based access, which is, equivalent to one of their employees? So, enterprises being enterprises, they think, how about we give, access like just like they have a very new joinee in their environment, so they will give access similar to that, and they would say compromise it if you can. And that is how we have structured our entire lab scenario. So it's the most important part, which is the demo time. I hope you guys are all ready for the most important part of this webinar. I will just share my screen. So before I go ahead, let me give you a demo about our Red Labs platform. The one we are kind of celebrating. We have so many labs in here. So that is why, as I said, we have 120 plus labs. So let me just give you a rundown about it. So you just have to sign up here on the like Red Labs Enterprise Security.io. The URL is already shared. Once you log in with your Google account, so we have put the entire authentication, or you can say access to this platform via a simple Google account. It can be in any Google account, let it be Gmail or some third party. The ultimate thing is that it should be a Google account. So once you log in to this platform, you can see like there are different categories. We have divided the attack vectors into like if you want to solve the labs about discovery and recon, on initial access, on enumeration, the you can say kill chain, parts of the kill chain. I will just show you like discovery and recon. So you can see like we have lots of lab as part of it. We have updated this lab portal recently to make the experience of the or all of our users much more meaningful, and it is useful to the our members so that they can practice well. We also have, divide like all these labs are divided into categories. But if you want to, learn about attacking a specific service like the logic apps or the key vault, then you can also deep dive into it. So as you can see, there are 25 labs, which in my opinion is, like good enough to, gain a foothold into you can say the Azure Red Teaming landscape. So after this session, like you can try it out. We have this aim that we will keep on releasing as many labs on this platform as possible. So you can like always check in a month or so, and we hope to provide you new labs to try upon. So we have logic apps, key vaults, uh, Azure AD. We have, keep it for nostalgic purposes. I know it's named as Entra ID, but still, we have storage accounts. Also, there is this like tool, which is known as BART, and we have given some labs which uses BART to solve this, like 10 labs. And we also have, like we have also entered in the compute thing. So we also have kind of the automation accounts. So, and with premium category that we are showcasing today, we hope to give, big and large labs so that everyone can enjoy. About setting up, like if you want to get started, you can simply click on Setup Student VM, and on your personal machines, you can see on how you can install the prerequisites which is required to solve any lab in the platform. We like give you can say solution for Azure PowerShell. We also uses Graph SDK, as well as at some places we have given AZCLI also. So this is a very detailed guide. You can follow it and set up your own machine to get started with solving labs on this platform. We also have like leaderboard, where you can see a lot of people solve the labs and they get these like badges. So if you, let's just say, solve all the like, I will just showcase it to you here. So if you like solve, let's just say, key vault corner, like all the labs in key vault thing, then you will get this badge, and that is how we have designed it. And based on the playing stats, you come up and down on the leaderboard. If you just want to like directly get started, we also have a UI where you can just select the lab category. Let's just say Bark tool, and you can come on one of my favorite labs, Bark tool 10, and you can just get started. Like we give the overview of like what exactly is the Bark tool, what is key vault, what is the thumbprint, and we basically explain what is required to solve the lab. And then you have the chance that you select any region of your choice based on which is nearer to your place of origin, and you can start the lab. Once you start the lab, if you want to try it on your own, you can. In case if you do not wish to, because you are just in learning stage, then you can go to the exploitation path and you can follow the steps given here. We try to give as much detailed steps as possible so that even a newbie who has just started learning the word Azure today can solve this. And like if you want to understand the entire, like you don't want to solve the lab, but you just want to have clarity on what is coming, so you can look at the beautiful attack part illustrations that we have prepared and understand, okay, like this is how you can go ahead and solve the lab. So we have also, given PowerShell blocks where you do not need to manually copy paste these two commands. You can simply do a copy and it would work. So if there is any issues with the platform, like which can happen to any platform, you can simply go to the platform status and understand. Like if suppose your lab is not working, usually we like keep it in the platform status. Still, in case if it is not there and you have discovered any lab not working, it's completely fine. You can let us know on the Discord channel, or you can mail us as at redlabs@alteredsecurity.com, and we would try our best to resolve it as soon as possible. With any updates that we push, we have detailed change log. Just like as I said, we have introduced a new UI, so we give the date. This is just to know, in case if you're wondering, if you come after like 3 months, there's some new changes in the UI and you are wondering am I on the right platform or not, you can simply come and check the change log. So you would, and also, we try to keep the deployment issues, the one that you can see in the platform status if any lab is not working. So basically, we try to, make the platform so much usable that it becomes easier for everyone to access it, understand it, get the latest updates at the least friction possible. That is because our development team works very hard to maintain the platform in as much uptime as possible. So in case you are like you solved all the labs of this platform and you wish to like learn more, you can always come back to our courses. We have a variety of courses in the on-prem as well as Azure. Just to give you an overview, won't take more minutes on this. I know everybody wants to see the demo of the lab, but it is important that I let everyone in the webinar know about our offerings. So we have like the base, you can say AD basic in the attacking and defending Active Directory. If you are a seasoned professional and want to play with in an OPSEC safe manner, in much more grueling experience, then you can definitely go for the CRTE one. And if you have decided that for you don't want to come out of your hole and you want to stay there and learn and become the ultimate king of the on-prem Active Directory assessment, then you can definitely try our CRTM. And if you are someone who loves Windows internals and want to learn more about on how you can reverse engineer like EDRs and do some bypassing or like have the foundations for malware development, you can definitely try our one of the flagship offerings, which is CETP. And like I would definitely suggest, if you are someone who gets excited by that, do check that out. It's an awesome course. And if you are like me, who loves, you can say, cloud and stuff in it, then we have two offerings. One is the basic one, which we call as Azure Professional, the CARTP. And if you have already, done with that and want to become a more, you can say, upskill yourself with the latest attack which is happening in Azure side, which is, even more grueling than the attack path of CARTP, then you can definitely try CRTE. Keanu is the, you can say, uh, like lecturer for that. So do check out all of our courses. We work very hard day and night, only during office hours, so that we give the best quality output to all of our members. If there's any question with respect to anything in the navigation dashboard that we have, please let me know right now. Thank you so much. So, as there are no queries with respect to understanding the how we have designed the Red Labs, so let me go towards the actual demonstration. So, as I said, we have a lab scenario. We are hired to do a gray box assessment, and that is how we will start. So, there's a start button. As soon as you click on any lab, I guess I have showcased it to you when I was explaining you one of the earlier labs. As soon as you do that, you can get a username and password. Since we are performing gray box assessment, you will get the credentials and then we will start using it. So I will just open this exploitation bar and I will explain. Because this is the lab that I'm showcasing it to you today is one of its kind. Therefore, because we are dealing with disk snapshots, as you may recall, we recommend that you download the snapshot beforehand, so that once you start the lab, it becomes easier. But how this link can be obtained as part of the lab is also covered in the solution part. So it all depends on you how you want to start. We have also kept the download button here in case if you miss the exploitation download link from here, you can also download it from this part of the page. I hope there is no queries with respect to the reason on why we have kept VST, because it is a approx 20 GB file. So if you start the lab and then have to wait till the entire download completes, then you might feel bored. So for saving everyone's time, because we do value it, we have given the downloading earlier. I hope everyone is clear with that. Okay. Just because we are doing gray box assessment, it doesn't mean that we cannot do external enumeration, right? Nobody's stopping us to do that. So uh, from like there's a tool called as, just a second, there's a query on the Discord channel. Can this link be retrieved from external sources? No, you can only access it. Okay, you can access it from anywhere. Like you can download it from anywhere. But to get the knowledge about the presence of this link, you first have to sign up here. Otherwise, you won't be able to know that such thing exists also on our platform. I hope I was able to answer your query correctly. Okay. So coming on the assessment part, just because we are doing gray box assessment doesn't mean we are anyway limited to do any external enumeration. And one of the tools using which we can do that is microburst. So because we are targeting Red Labs as our target organization, I will download microburst and use it to enumerate the storage accounts, which is like just like brute force kind of thing. It will just check if such kind of thing exists in the environment. So it's a trial and error kind of thing. Basically, microburst has something called as permutations.txt, and the way it has been prepared is such that uh, just like any dictionary, people or the authors of the tool first observe what all combinations the IT enterprise IT teams keep while naming their storage accounts, and then using that they will try to we can brute force it and know if there is any storage account associated with the target organization. So as I said, like I will showcase the entire demonstration. So I will just log in here. Let me know if my Windows PowerShell terminal is visible to you. In case if it is not, I can zoom it more. I want everyone who is part of this webinar to see what I'm actually doing. Great. So let's begin. So as I said, we have tried to make the lab as smoother as possible. So you can simply copy to the dashboard, and I will just do a git clone. Uh, just to let you know, in case if you don't have Git installed on your system, we do understand that like not everybody will have this installed. We have given separate steps on how you can directly download the microburst.zip in PowerShell without going via the git clone method. I hope that is okay. So now I will import the module. Okay, so we have like imported it. Now, as I said, we always have to the reason to download microverse is to find the storage accounts of the target organization. So because in our case the target environment is Red Labs, we have done the branding like that. Therefore, we will keep the base as Red Lab because every company in the end wants to identify their own accounts with their own brand name. That is how things happen in enterprise IT. So our enumeration, external enumeration is going on. And as you can see, we have found 2 storage accounts. Let this progress be completed and I can showcase the name to you. So we have found basically 2 storage accounts. One is the Red Labs internal and one is the Red Labs IT. And because we are using like blobs as the as I told you, there are various storage account types, blobs and files, queues, tables, disk. Because we are using Microsoft microburst blobs functionality, it is showcasing blob.co.windows.name. So this part is, like I can say, common for the accounts. This is the storage account name, and this is the you can say blob, signifying the blob container name. There is one question. Because the demonstration is going on, is it okay if I come back to you later to answer your question? I hope that's okay, Mr. Bot Hacker. Okay. So, because we are using blobs from the microburst functional tool, we are getting this in the URI. So, in case, like sometimes the tool displays error, sometimes it doesn't. Even in case if you, see this, do not worry. It's okay. It is, simply failing to show the overall progress. But in the end, it will showcase you the storage accounts. So you don't worry about that. So now because who has been tasked with performing the gray box assessment of Red Labs as target organization, I have the credentials with me, as you can see on the screen. And I also done my homework using external enumeration. So let's go further. So the best way to use the credentials is to go to portal.azure.com. But that doesn't mean you cannot use Azure PowerShell. You can, as you can like as you will be seeing in the upcoming section of the solution. We have also included the steps for easy PowerShell, so that if somebody wants to play with their CLI foo, they can. So I will simply just copy the username, come here, uh, go to next, and I will use the password and sign in here. And it is asking, so I will just click on yes, because who doesn't? Because this is a new account, we have introduced something called as MFA evasion section, where we have given the steps. If you come across this like thing to set up your own MFA, you can simply use it, follow the steps, and get it going. uh, Now because you have come in a live webinar, there's no meaning for me to just go through it. I will personally showcase it to you on how am I doing it. But afterwards, like whenever for any sort of lab that you're solving, you need it, you can simply go to the MFA evasion section. You can expand this and look at all the detailed steps on how to set it up. So I will be using my mobile to register for MFA. You can also set up using the browser extension. Again, we have also included the steps to do that. Like, I want to use a different authenticators app. So we have already given steps in case if you do not wish to store it in your mobile. We leave the choice to the end user. However, because like I am doing the webinar and I like to use Microsoft Authenticator. By the way, I'm not promoting any app. It's just my personal wish to use it. So I'm using it. So I will just click on next. And it says that you can use the Microsoft Authenticator app to scan the QR code so that we can get connected. So I will just scan the QR code. And yeah, I am done. I hope I'm able to showcase it to you. Even if it's not clear, just imagine that there is a, TOTP coming for me. That is part and parcel, but I have already kept it. Even if somebody, scans it, they would not be able to enjoy the lab because they would be, busy in doing that stuff and not will be able to concentrate on what I am showcasing. So it's counterproductive for them, but you cannot stop this in a live webinar. So I've added my app and it has shown me to prompt and we are done. Now, the first thing, whenever, like you enter any tenant, the first thing that we should go and check, what access do I have? It is like how any assessment begins. And even if not, if I use the word assessment, that is how any work in IT begins. What do I have access to? So there's a menu for resource groups. I've already explained the hierarchy that we have subscriptions, then we have resource groups, and then we have the resources. So I will just zoom this. Let me know if my browser is equally visible to everyone. Is my browser visible? Like, are you able to see and read the names? If not, please let me know. I can zoom it more for you guys. Perfect. So as you can see, our user that has been given by that client, the Fortune 500 client, they have assigned us like one resource group, hybrid RG. And as you can see, there are certain resources. Oh wow, the one that we have found, Red Labs internal and Red Labs IT. At least two we have been able to find. So this is the moment, where, I will say, I said so, it is useful. So before diving directly into the storage accounts, it is very important that we see what sort of access we have. Because if you recall, we have asked for the reader role, but we have also asked if you have access to, any employee, you can give it to us. We are still okay with it. Usually, because that is the only true way. If the employee can access it, then so does the assessor. Okay. So there's this like menu called as access control, IAM. If you recall, when we were making some assumptions for the webinar that we assume that everyone will like know the basics of Entra ID and Azure. And I said, even if you don't, we will try to explain it. So as you can see, we have been assigned two memberships. This is our user ID, just in case if you're wondering. Okay. So we have like this is the membership and we have reader. Okay, great. Because we have asked to, give us access similar to an employee, they have been generous enough to give us a storage blob reader, which is a good thing because now I can see uh, what is present in the storage account. So because I have found these two, you can say storage accounts first, let me just check this out. We have Red Labs internal. There is a, you can say menu option called as storage browser. And as you can see, we have nothing in here. So even though it was exposed, we have not a single data here. Even though we had, storage blob access. So it's not that we did not have access and that is why we are seeing this as, empty. We have access and we are still not able to see anything because to see anything, there must be present, something must be present in it. So if you will ask why, we have simulated this in our lab scenario, because we have observed that, usually IT teams prepare something and they then forgot, forget to put something into it. But that doesn't mean they will forget to do their job because they also want, a paycheck at the end of the month. So let me check if they have something Red Labs in Red Labs IT. Why Red Labs IT? Because as I said, we also have another storage account during our SNL enumeration. So let me check the storage browser for this particular thing. And yes, we have something here, but because we have access only as storage blob reader, even if I go to tables, I would not be able to see anything, as you can see, because the access was for storage blobs, which is the blob for blob containers. So if I go to blob containers, I see a container called as snapshot backup location. Let me go inside. Like, any new kid on the block who is, doing it like this seems interesting. And we see some name DEWS25.05. Uh, if my memory is correct, I remember seeing it in hybrid RG also. And yes, we are correct. We also have an machine, Azure Arc machine of the similar name. So if I go back here and see it, we have a similar, you can say nomenclature used for this blob. And just like how the name goes, it is snapshot backup location. So it might be, like just like how names go, it might have the, backup for the disk snapshot of the machine. Let me check now. Why to assume? Assumption kills. Uh, One of the Amazon shows that if you have seen, you know what I'm talking about. So if I go to click on this, I'll just showcase it to you again. When I click on it, I get this menu: overview, version, snapshots, edit, and generate SAS. If I go on edit, I can see the backup SharePoint access. Now, can anybody tell me what is this URL? Have you seen it in your life before? Okay. I will reiterate my question, but in a slightly different manner. Have you seen this link in particular before? Yes. Yes, Sumu, you are right. We have already given it, for you to download here as well as in the exploitation. I hope now it comes full circle and you're able to understand, why we were, letting you download it previously. Because if I do a control click and go to OneDrive, there's a beautiful file called as VHD, which stands for Virtual Hard Disk, and it is up for downloads. It's a world readable share, and trust me, in my uh, you know approximately 8 years of experience, I have seen this at least for 5 years. People keeping stuff, and when I say people, I mean IT professionals, keeping stuff on world readable endpoints. It's such a common thing that you some of you might say that it is not believable. But if you have ever done any assessment or been part of an engagement, you would find it uh, just like there is sand, or you can say that just like there is water on this planet. It is so much readily available. Such type of things happens. Any queries till now? I hope you get to see it, Mr. Mistry. So I will just download it. You can download it from here, or you can download it from here. Whatever is you wish for. Because I have already downloaded. If I start downloading it now, it would take at least 50 minutes, and then you would take up your guns towards me and say that it is time for the end of webinar, and we don't want to see it further. I have pre-downloaded just for the session. So I will cancel it because no meaning to download it again, as you can see. Uh, I will just take a minute break to drink some water. I hope that's fine. So I will just stop sharing my video and as well as audio. No, no, just a minute, just a minute. Not 5 minutes. We are on limited time. There is so much more for me to showcase. So I am back. So we went ahead and downloaded this thing, the VM snapshot. Now it is downloaded in our machine. Uh, so let's just assume for this webinar that I have kept it in the same this thing. So as you can see, it is there already. So now what I do, because I have downloaded the snapshot, I as an simulated adversary, or for even for a real adversary, the first thing they would try is, can they access the contents of the disk? Because the real you can say price is in checking what is there in the disk. So there is this command which I will use. As I specifically mentioned that to do mount in my system, I would be requiring an administrative PowerShell session. So I'm going to do that. I will zoom this. Please let me know if this is also visible to you. Perfect. Yeah. So it is usually best that if we are doing stuff, we do it like this. We keep the, you can say path to the snapshot in a variable so that we don't have to type it again and again. It is just on IT best practice, I would say. And once I, locate this, then I would run a PowerShell commandlet called as disk image, and I would just do this. Now, because like I can read bytes and all, I am into that stuff. I know this is 19 GB. In case if you don't, you can see it here. I can because I have prepared this VM, so I know. So now I have not mounted the disk. I have just enumerated that yes, this is the like image which is accessible via the path. So to mount it, I can simply do this. So as soon as I try to mount it, I guess like it's not accessible, access is denied. So my next step would be to understand why it is. Like why am I not able to access? So there is a commandlet called as get volume, and it shows me one of the drive called as D drive. It is an unknown. It's a fixed drive, and I don't get much stats here. So if I like go to my file explorer, you can also see. But where is the fun if I cannot know it from command line? So with this two commands that I have, I will know more stuff from here itself. So yes, it is locked, and this is the command is called as get BitLocker volume. So yes, I can confirm that it is BitLocker encrypted. And they have told in the key protector that either you need TPM. So now in any humanly possible form, I'm not going to go where the server is and take out the TPM, which is a hardware, and put it in my machine or somehow read the keys in it and like unlock this. It would not be humanly possible. Why I would also tell you. If you will see here the resource groups. The location is France. I'm currently sitting in India. If I have to get its TPM, I will have to literally fly to France. Now, it's not feasible for any hacker to do that. So, in such a situation, it would be best if we can see, uh, like if we can access it via some other way. So, if I go here in the machine and there's this thing called as JSON view. If I go here, I can see something like a system assigned principal ID. Now, whenever you see such thing for an Azure Arc machine, there's a very, very high possibility that that this machine might be joined to Entra ID. I can also, check it below if I get anything. I get the IP address, but no use, it's an internal IP. So, like, sometimes whenever you're doing an assessment, you have to, like, assume also, like, things to go further if you're stuck. So, I want the BitLocker key. I do not see a way to get it, but because I see a system assigned identity attached to this machine, there's a very statistical chance that this machine via something called as an like Azure Arc agent might be like joined to Entra ID. If I go to extensions and see it, yes, I can see it that AAD login. So, which if I go here, which stands for Microsoft Azure Active Directory AAD login for Windows. This confirms me one thing, that this machine is indeed Entra ID joined. And now, if you recall my presentation, I had told that the keys are now backed up to Entra ID. Correct? To perform any abuse, we are shedding light on one of the lesser known features, which is its capability to store BitLocker keys. So because we first tried to make an educated guess, we then confirmed it using the extension. We now it is confirmed that it is an Entra ID joined machine. If I go here to Entra ID and go to devices, because of course this machine is not a user, not a group. It has to be a device. If I go here and if I go to like see all devices and I scroll, and as you can see, this device is also part, and you can also see here it is Microsoft Entra joined. So it means there's a possibility to get the BitLocker key. If I click here and I try to search it, I cannot find anything. I just find that there are two roles, which is Cloud Device Administrator and BitLocker Key Reader, which can access it. But there is no menu whatsoever to access the like recovery key here. So again, I am at a dead end. So whenever dead end comes, we go back to the slides, because that is how I have designed the today's session. I hope before going here, there are no doubts. Let me just check the Discord. Okay, there are some questions. How much disk space is recommended to complete the lab? So I would say like minimum of 20 GB would be good. There is, do we get the recorded? Yeah, you will get the session and bypass their physical protections to get the server. Didn't get it, but I will come to this thing, Mr. Mistry, later. So coming back to where we were, now we will learn something about called as privileged identity management. Now, what exactly is PIM? So PIM, is an identity governance service in Entra ID that helps to provide, certain permissions which are not like currently with the user, but if I'm eligible for it, I can activate it, and I then may get the permission to do that. Now, what is the best feature of PIM from a defense perspective? That usually, if you do not want access to be provided to your user as an admin the whole time, you can make it time bound. And in such cases, like PIM is a, you can say, godsend from Microsoft. One of the best things they have brought out in their cloud offering of Entra ID. It's part of the governance. And because of this, you can control the access, you can audit the access, and most importantly, it is not mandatory, but if you want every time you want the target, your user as an administrator, IT administrator, you want a specific user to get approval from you, you can get it done via the portal itself. So it's like eligible user request role activation. Then if the requester has put approval process as part of the access review, it's okay. If not, then anytime you click on approve, your own role gets activated. And if the it is clicked on denied, then it would be the privilege would not be provided. So because we now learn that there's a possibility of PIM, and also you can see that it's a privileged role. Okay. I can see that when I click on here, I get privileged entity management menu. But I don't have anything, active. If I go to eligible, I can see that the role is assigned here. Like somebody is already have been assigned. But how do I activate my own assignment? If I want to check if my user, Mr. ASQRU, have that access or not. No worries. Microsoft has come to your rescue. There is a you can say short URL called as aka.ms/pim. If you go here, you come on my roles. And now if I go to the eligible assignments, I can see a very beautiful button called as activate. And I will go here. And because I'm very excited, I will just write the reason I am excited. You can write anything that you want. And I will enable it for, the max duration, because why not? So now I just have to wait for the role to be successfully activated. And until unless all these three stages, I see a green tick, I will patiently wait, because I'm a gentleman and I have to give time to Microsoft to enable my role. And now they have done it. They are very kind enough to refresh my page also. If I now navigate to active assignments, I can see that I have this role which is activated now. So now I will again go to Entra ID, will go to devices and go to all devices and check if there's something change in the menu. If I click on, you can also, search it if you don't want to scroll. And as you can see that there's a new menu which has started appearing after I activated the role, called as BitLocker keys. And now I can see the recovery key. If I click here, I have the recovery key that is accessible to me. Any doubt still here? Yes, I will just come to these slides. There are some questions. Is there any attack pattern of on-cloud to on-prem movement? Uh, it is like in the same lateral movement strategy, but yes, you can kind of term it as an on-cloud, cloud to on-prem movement. To answer your question, Lucifer. Yes, for the diagram, yes, the PIM requires the P2 license. Could you? I will just showcase it here. and let me know if it's visible. I didn't get your question, Mr. Mistry. Like Lucifer, is the diagram visible to you? Should I like re go through this stuff? Okay, do not worry. We will share this PPT so you can like have a better look. And of course, like when we will be discussing the mitigations, I will come back to it anyways. So is it okay if I go ahead? So I will just tell you, Mr. I got everyone's query. So I couldn't get the part on how we were able to get the PIM role activated. Okay. So if I like go here in devices, and if I go to like the all devices and I navigate here, and if I go to roles and administrator, I can see that there are two roles which are said that they are privileged roles. So it's an educated guess that we must also check PIM. If I click on it, it takes me to the PIM menu. But to activate my role, like this is not my window. I have came the navigation part is here. Like I went to all devices, then I went to the device, then roles and administrator, and then to the actual role. But if I have to see if I am eligible for that role, I will simply go to https aka .ms/pim. It's a shortcut you can say to see for my eligible assignments. When I say my eligible assignment, I mean the user using which I have logged in. So it's an educated guess. Uh, for the purpose of this lab, because we have asked to give us the like roles equivalent to an employee. So the employee might have this access and knowingly or unknowingly. But because we are red teamers, we will look at the assessment from all angles. That's why we just it is a must. You can say as a part of checklist we cover it. Like let's just see if we have any roles by mistaking. Sometimes what happens, usually when new people are given the Entra ID access, because of something called as dynamic membership, which I will not cover as part of this webinar, they might get access knowingly or unknowingly. And that is why, to just confirm for my particular user, I went to my roles. Even if you do not want to remember this URL, you can always go to Entra ID. You can go to the identity governance and you can go to the PIM menu here. And then you can click on activate your role. It will, like because the pathway was big, that's why I had given the shortcut link by Microsoft, which is aka.ms/pim. And because, if you recall, in the lab scenario, I have clearly mentioned that they have hybrid infrastructure. So, yes, Lucifer, we are trying to cover the like cloud to on-prem movement here. So, yes, Mr. Mistry, that is what my mitigation is. You are giving spoilers for my latest slide. Because it is not, it is an optional feature in PIM that to have the approval process during access review, mandatory or not. But for our role, BitLocker key reader, it was not mandatory. So anybody can approve it, including me. I can approve my own role. It has nothing to do with reader privileges. I hope I am able to explain this stuff because this is the most important part with respect to concepts. I will come to that slide later. If you just want to see it, like it is, like their exclude requester from the approver list. So I am the requester. So if I would have, excluded myself, because this is a setting done by the, you can say, PIM admin or the global admin. Yes, it's an SE300 thing. But because we were, it's a common, you can say, IT misconfiguration. Because the admin has not excluded the requester from the approval list, I can approve my own request. There's no one stopping me. I hope I'm able to explain this. It's not different. It's the same thing. Just I explained it in a different manner. Yeah, we usually you need to exclude whoever you have assigned the privilege to, the eligible assignment. You have to remove that person from the approver list. I will come on that later as part of the mitigation. So no worries about that. In the interest of time, I will just go ahead. Yes, what hacker has rightly put it, it's a self-service. So is it okay if I just move ahead with the BitLocker key? Okay. So now, like we have the recovery key. So I will do some more PowerShell foo and get it unlocked because uh, because I have activated the role. I can go to Entra ID, devices, and all devices, and then I will go to DWS. I will go to BitLocker keys. I will show recovery key, and I will have this. I will have this ready. But first, I need to have my command. Just to ask, am I doing it in the right PowerShell session? Yes, we have another administrative PowerShell session where we ran all the commands. You're absolutely right, Mr. Mistry. So now I have done a read host, the recovery password. It is the best practice so that it, never gets logged in any case, in case PowerShell transcription is on. So now I will go and copy the recovery key, come here, put it, and yes, now I have this thing. Like now I can access the disk. So with a proper situational awareness kind of thing to know what I have access to and what is present inside this like volume, I will just start enumerating. Now what I have done, I will just showcase you the command. Uh, because we know that the drive is D for my case, but it's not necessary that you also get the same drive. Windows always assign it on base of availability. So it is the best practice if we keep the like put this in a variable so that even if you try, you will be able to get the perfect drive. So I will just simply use this command, and I can also check that yes, I have the value. It might be different for everyone. And now I will start the enumeration part. First command is that I will see what is present. I will just do a CLS and increase the font. As you can see, I can see because this is Windows server. The first thing I would look, like this is my philosophy. You can look at different folders also. It's absolutely not bad. I will go into users. So I can see that there is one of our favorite users called as administrator, probably the local admin of that virtual machine, the Azure Arc enabled server. And I go in that and I can, oh, this dot Azure. Uh, of course, there's downloads also. And if you will see now why I am targeting like documents, downloads, and Azure, you can see the timestamp. Like these timestamps are different, rest all are the same. So they might have never been touched, and it is very much okay to have this. But because on the basis of timestamp, I will like check these three. So let me first go to the downloads. What if somebody has kept their username password there? You never know. But not to our luck, it's an entirely empty folder. Let me check for the Azure part. Like, is there anything in .azure? There is. But, if you want to get access to an environment, there is not much. These are like the basic defaults. If you find something called as msil underscore cache dot bin, then usually the tokens are kept as per the msil library in encrypted form. MSAL is like Microsoft Authentication Library, and they are it's a, you can say, like the DLL from Microsoft for authentication via the AZ PowerShell as well as the Graph SDK. If you have any questions, I will definitely address it later. But right now we have pick up a momentum of checking everything. So I will first complete it. So because I did not find anything in Azure also, let me check if I find something in the documents. Oh, there is something Windows PowerShell based. Let me, drill down further. You can also do it like here if you want to use the same command and enumerate stuff. And I will keep on enumerating until and unless I do not see any directory but any files. But to our bad luck, there is nothing here also. But as you can see, Windows PowerShell. How about I see the PowerShell console history? It does not require extra configuration and it is usually on by default. This console history is usually kept in the app data folder. So I will just verify if the console history exists because it might happen that the user might have never run the command or deleted something before the snapshot was taken. So in administrator, in app data, roaming, Microsoft, Windows, PowerShell, and PS Readline. This is the path given by Microsoft for saving the console history. If I do an ls on it, I can see length as 350. It means it has some contents. So let's check if it has something useful for us. For that, I will just use a cat. and I can see some useful commands. I can see one testnet connection to Red Labs hybrid. Uh, I guess I have also seen this. Let me check. Yes, the one which we didn't found in our enumeration, action enumeration, but there is also a storage account called as Red Labs Hybrid. So, like this is there. So, what the user before taking the snapshot has tried to do this command. How about I do it also? Yes, it is true. We definitely 445 is open. As I said, file share uh, because they are part of cloud, so they are accessible using REST API. But because it is a Microsoft technology which has evolved from the traditional file shares, it also is accessible over 445 on SMB. But if I see the console history again, the user has just done testnet connection, and because the user might be smart, he has just connected and also disconnected. So I don't have any token. But I see something interesting. I see a cat to C Windows temp, IT data sas.txt. How about I do that? I will never find it. Can anyone explain me why? Okay. Correct, Kunal. You are absolutely right. I am checking IT data SAS in my own system. But if you recall, I was using this BitLocker drive variable to do everything. So if I do like this, I will just run the same command for better visibility. I can see something. I can see that the name is IT data and it's SAS, and I can see a signature here. Let me first explore if there's anything related to IT data, because if you recall in the history, the user was definitely checking Red Labs Hybrid, our third storage account. So if I go to Red Labs Hybrid, and because I know he has done a testnet connection to file share, if I go to storage browser and wait for Microsoft, then I can see that there's a number of file shares as one. Let me go into that. And yes, I can see that IT data named share is present. So by making an educated guess, this particular string would be used to access the drive. He has saved it in temp, considering that on next boot up of the server, it would go. Because as you can see, the user has a habit of doing shutdown and restart. But remember that it is not necessary for the Windows operating system to clear out temp folder in every reboot. So now I will do 1 plus 1, which is equals to 2, and I will try to access it. So I will go here. I will click on IT data. Because I was only having access as a storage blob reader and not a storage file reader, I cannot make much more sense of this access. So what will I do? I will go here and check the properties. And what would I found is this particular thing. This is the URL for the storage account as well as the share name. And this is what we call as base URL. Okay. So if I go here and I type this, I hope my screen is visible. I've just copy pasted the base URI and I like copy this SAS URI, use a question and put it. I'm not able to access it because this is not how it will work. There are additional parameters required to list the file share. And those parameters are the res type equals to directory and comp equals to list. So if I go here and before the question mark, I do res type equals to directory because I want to view it from a directory level and I want to list it. And then I do this. I can see because I told you file share is equally accessible over REST API. So I just did a, you can say get command over this using the SAS and I can see the flag.txt. And now what would I like to do? I would like to access it. So I have to remove the res type equals to directory and comp equals to list and put it like flag.txt question mark and the SAS signature. I can see the flag value. Now, because it is a red labs thing, I will just go to flag with submit my flag value and it can be verified. It will take, see, I have earned it. So now I will go back to the Discord channel and see the chatter. Is Azure Storage Explorer work directly? Is Azure? I didn't get your question, Kunal. Can you just reiterate? Thank you, Redrook. But there are a few more things to go over, so no worries. Lucifer, I will answer your query after like few slides because I don't want to give spoilers. Yes, you might be able to, but I'm just doing the best practices in case if it Microsoft sometimes works mysteriously. So that is why I given the complete command. No, anonymous access was not enabled. SAS helps you to you can say kind of access which is you can say private, but because you have the access signature, but as you can see, there is a very good thing called as SIG. So with this, you can say it's like a entry permit, and with that permit you can access stuff even if they are like privately held.
Yes, but that also will have to mean that the SAS token was still not expired yet, correct?
Yes, as you can see in the URL, it is 2028. So I would suggest you solve the lab before this expires. There's plenty of time, I feel, but yes. Usually,
Otherwise,
whenever is like generated, it is like kept for a longer duration because it might serve purpose for external audience or you can say collaborators to your enterprise IT team to share like you can say access to resources with the people they want, like contractors or someone like that. And I will please request to like turn off the mic and like discuss it on the chatter so that there's no disturbance with the hearing of other members on this webinar. It's a request. Please provide the URL. It is already there in the solution Lubafy. But as I would showcase it to you here also in the exploitation part, like let me just showcase the recap of what we have done, and then I will answer the further query specifically of Lucifer. So recap time it is. So let's just go what we have done. So we were given a credential, we logged into the Azure portal, we checked the resource groups, and in the resource group of hybrid RG, we found the resources. They were like storage accounts and Azure Arc machine. And when we enumerated the storage accounts, we found the blob, and the blob points to a SharePoint link. And like when we went to the like link OneDrive, we were able to download the snapshot. We tried to mount it, and we found the like snapshot to be BitLocker encrypted. Then, as any good like red teamer, I checked if there's any eligible role. Because of no approver restriction, I was able to activate my custom Entra role. And then when I checked if I can see the BitLocker keys in the devices, I was able to acquire it. And once I was able to acquire it, I unlocked the volume. I checked for interesting folders in the disk snapshot. I checked the PowerShell console history because I found Windows PowerShell in the documents folder. So it is also, kind of silently hinting that I must also check the console history. Once I did that, I was able to enumerate the file share that in the storage account called as Red Labs Hybrid. There is IT data, and once I was able to list it, I was able to acquire the flag. Only with respect to the exploitation part that we have covered till now, is there any doubt? Are there any doubts? Specifically to this kill chain, I'm asking. I would like more response. I know it's already like 1 hour 53 minutes, but still, I would like to know if there's any doubt. You can directly ask your query, Basil, in the like Discord channel. I will come to that, Misha. I am only like asking with respect to this skill chain specifically. If could you go through one more time on how you just got the flag? Just not high. Huh? It's okay. Crafted pizza. I will just go once again. So once I had the BitLocker keys and I unlocked the volume, the snapshot. I checked the PowerShell console history, and I found the location. I will also showcase you my this thing. So I in the PowerShell history, you can see that there was a cat done to this particular location, C Windows temp IT data SAS. So what I did, because it is not my C drive, it is the C drive of the server, I did a cat to the BitLocker drive and followed the same path. where I got this SaaS URI. I hope I'm clear. Like this is the place, Crafted Pizza, from where we get the SaaS URI. And like once you get the SaaS URI, you enumerate the file share. Recall if like just a second. Recall I because of the name that was there, the Red Labs hybrid in the PowerShell console history, I saw the IT data named share. And because I cannot access it and I already have the SaaS URI, I use this menu. Just a second. In the properties to get the base URI. So using this, let me do one thing. Let me show it via the PowerShell way so that it becomes clear, because it might not be visible to you on your screen. Just give me a moment. Is my screen visible, Crafted Pizza? Just check. I have copied the base URI. Okay. Then like did the rest type equals to directory and comp equals to list, as like how Microsoft Docs states it. And then I have copy pasted the SaaS URI from the other PowerShell window. Then I go here, I paste it, and I get a response here. Now, because like the output is XML based, I will like make it clear with respect to these two commands for better readability. As you can see, there's a file in that IT data share called as flag.txt. So I will use another PowerShell command, which is the base URI, the file name, and then I will put a question mark and copy the SaaS URI, which starts from SV. And now if I do this, I get the flag value. Is it clear, Crafted Pizza? Like now everyone who had queries with respect to this, I have shown the same thing which I was showing in the browser via PowerShell for better visibility. So yes, you can generate unique SaaS, Mr. Mistry, but because like if you are like collaborating as a part of IT team with external consultants whom you want to access your data, you usually share the at the share level. Like there can be multiple shares, and because you want a certain share to be shared with your external collaborators. Usually, it is seen in the wild, or in you can say in the enterprise IT environments, that the entire file shares SaaS URI is shared. It's a common practice. I hope I am clear. So coming back to the slide, it's time for the demo because it's not over until I say it's over. Yes, I will cover this after the demo. No worries, no worries. I will definitely cover it. So, if you recall, Lucifer was asking one very important question, and now I will come back to it. Like how, like ntdas.dit is done, it is extracted by the magic of BitLocker key and your research. So on the similar path, now this is not the server is not, you can see an Active Directory machine, the on-premises one, but it is definitely part of Entra ID. Usually, when machines are part of Entra ID, their access, like the username, password, or the credentials that we say, are local to that server. Now, this is not a norm, but it is like you can say observed many times that servers would have individual users. Just like in the snapshot we saw administrator, it was a local user. So how about I try to get the NTLM hash of the local administrator user from the snapshot? Because nobody's stopping me to run Mimikatz here. So let's do this. So because I have kept it in my tools folder, I will simply come here, give Mimikatz the access to the dump. So in uh, the Windows operating system, there are certain registry hives called as SAM, system and security. Using the SAM and the system, it is possible to get the credentials of local users. Mind you, I'm not talking about domain users here. And even if you like recall, when I did ls BitLocker volume like users, there was only local user. There was no domain user. If I pass these two registry hives via these locations, then using Mimikatz or its various iterations, it is possible to get the NTLM hash of the administrator as well as the AES key. If you recall now, when I was showing you this part of the console, you can clearly see IP addresses. These are internal IP addresses. In case, as part of the assessment, you are visiting the office where this particular server is placed, it can, very well happen. It's in the consulting world. Uh, then, if you are able to establish line of sight connectivity with this IP address, you can do pass the hash and get access to the live server. Just imagine what more you can unearth from here. Yes, Red Rock, you're absolutely right. Only users that are persistent on the BitLocker drive. But as consultants, there is absolutely no harm if you check it. Yes, Mr. Mistry, VPN access, if it is given, then it is much better. You can try to access it if it is visible from your VPN segment. So the only condition is that the password of the administrator must not have been changed after the snapshot is taken. If it is, then it's, you can say, our bad luck. But if it is not, which is usually the case, then you can also access the live server and compromise live data from that workload. There might be so many things. You might also find an access token in the MSIL token bin, and you can use that. And whoever is logged in, you can get access as that user Because if you recall my assumptions part, I told you that in the world of cloud, everything works using the access tokens. So if you are able to get access tokens via the live virtual machine, you can access, you can say the path would be compromising the on-prem environment via this live access, and then again doing a lateral movement to the cloud as another user. And you can also think of it as a privilege escalation. Uh, yes, it can, but that is not the discussion for this, Mr. Mistry. For labs, I would tell you, because right now it is not part of the lab environment, but just like BitLocker keys can be backed up to Entra ID, labs password can also be backed up there, like the local account recovery password. So there is no limit to the abuse test cases that you can navigate from here. I hope the bonus was good enough that what you can still do. So in the interest of the time, I will answer the mitigations, and then anyways we have question answer time. I will just come to you, Lucifer, and all the questions that I have not answered. Just let me complete the mitigations with respect to our particular scenario. So, first and the foremost, limit access to the users. So, in our case, our you can say gray box assessment user was new one. So they should have checked if some default privileges which is usually given to employee, it is not passed to us. It is good for us as consultants, but definitely not good for the target organization. But that is how the business works. And most importantly, because it has already been discussed well, put approval process behind the PIM activation as part of all access reviews, so that even if they have the admin has forgotten to give you to remove you from the default privileges, at least he can come to know that this ID, which is the one they have given for assessment, is asking for the recovery key. Also, as I would say, don't store sensitive data is in Windows 10 folder. It is always a treasure house for something or the other. I have in my assessment seen certain logs. Now you will say that can logs be useful? Yes. In certain cases, I had found a log which was directly it was so verbose that it was exposing password, and I'm talking about a production grade system, and I'm definitely not making this up. In my career, I have found something in temp folder which led to the compromise of the entire application. Also, snapshots or any sensitive data stored should never be behind world readable access URLs. If I have to, put $500 every time I have given this recommendation, do not put everything in world readable shares. I would have been a millionaire today. But unfortunately, I get paid a salary in my consulting career. So the people who became millionaires were my organization, but very happy to work with them also. So no worries. I hope the mitigations are easy to understand, easy to follow through. And now we are at the end of this presentation. All the questions I would request to put a dot if something I have missed, and I will definitely try to answer each and everything to the best of my capacity. Uh, Thank you once again, yaar, everyone. You all came, attended my webinar. Uh, like saw me speaking for 2 hours, more than 2 hours on this. I hope it was informative to you and you learned something valuable today. Thank you, Burgers. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Yes, Lucifer, to answer your question, is there any similar service that run for domain joined systems? Yes, if you recall that I had specifically said that before Entra ID, it was possible to also, back up the BitLocker keys in Microsoft Active Directory. And if you are, there is like a hybrid infrastructure. So if there's a domain joined machine, which has also been made part of Entra ID, then there is a very huge possibility if the administrator has configured it that way, that the BitLocker key, which was saved as backup for in the on-premise Active Directory, will also be replicated in Entra ID. Uh, if that was for your question. Misha, I recall you had other queries also. Like, can you put a dot on that so that I can look at what queries are still there, if it's possible? There is one question for Mr. Mistry. Do you mention 5 data types? One was called disk. Yes. So, in Azure VMs, I'm talking about the native offering, not the Azure Arc enabled server. It is possible to, you can say, let me just check. Let me stop sharing my screen and find it for you, the link. Just give me a moment. So basically, Azure VM now, that snapshots can be, you can say, uh, taken into storage account directly with the click of a button in the Azure portal. So let me find the correct Microsoft documentation. I might have kept it in my bookmarks. Just give me a moment. Yes, let me share it on Discord. Yeah. So, as I told you, there were 5 data types. So, for their native offerings, which is like Azure Virtual Machines, with the steps that they have highlighted here, you can create snapshot, the disk snapshot of Azure Virtual Machines, and that is like the 5th data type. I hope it is clear. Like the disk in the storage type can be, you can say, exercised via the steps highlighted in this guide from Microsoft. These are, you can say, for Azure Virtual Machines, which is the native offering, just like EC2 in AWS. Perfect. Now coming to Misha's queries. What version of SMB is configured on your? So, Misha, let me just reshare my screen for you. We'll just go back to this particular slide. So, because of the, you can say, bugs, or you can say vulnerabilities in SMB 2.0, by default, it is SMB 3.0. I have also like highlighted it in the screenshot. As you can see, it's SMB 3.0 and SMB 3.0. Coming back to your next question, Misha. How would you bypass NSPs? Is it okay if you can elaborate NSPs? At this moment, I'm not able to recall. Are you talking about network security policy? Network security perimeter. So, in the world of Azure, the responsibility of this stands with Microsoft. So, by default, nothing in the cloud is accessible. So, however, uh, if you have made like that thing, so I will tell you how access keys work, and it may clear your query. So, these access keys, if suppose like Azure file storage is here in the Azure ecosystem, my client is here, irrespective whether it is done via VPN or have like direct connectivity, irrespective of it, the line of sight, this will always have 445 open. Okay, if I want to access it, if I have connectivity via 445, then using the storage account access key, I'm not talking about SaaS in general, I'm talking about the storage account access key. With this, any access towards the file share is allowed, and that is how the cloud is designed. I hope I'm able to answer your query. Oh, uh, like, is your query resolved, Misha? Okay. I'm just checking if there are any more queries. If not, we can end this session. I will just wait for 1 more minute. If anyone has any queries, they can definitely put it on the Discord channel. Yes, in the pinned section of the Discord, you can see the FAQs, which tells that certificate participation certification will be given out. Okay, I guess we have already passed 19 minutes. So I guess it's best that if I end this. Thank you everyone for attending this, webinar, and making like this evening wonderful. All of you has been a great, you can say, audience. I really enjoyed imparting some of my research and share it with everyone who were involved in this webinar. Thank you.